Episode 46, Humorous Take on Superstitions.
Superstitions are fascinating, aren't they? They're these weird beliefs that we hold on to, even though we know they make absolutely no sense. We knock on wood to avoid bad luck, avoid walking under ladders, and throw salt over our shoulders to ward off evil spirits. But let's be honest, most of us don't really know why we do these things. I mean, think about it, if walking under a ladder really did bring bad luck, wouldn't every construction worker in the world be cursed? And what about black cats? They're supposed to be unlucky, but have you ever met a cat that wasn't completely self-absorbed and didn't care about your superstitions? I have to admit, I used to be a bit superstitious myself. I would always wear my lucky socks to exams, and if I saw a penny on the ground, I would always pick it up, because apparently finding a penny brings good luck. But one day, I realized that my lucky socks were actually just really itchy, and that the only reason I was picking up pennies was because I'm cheap. I mean, let's face it, superstitions are just our way of trying to control the uncontrollable. We want to believe that if we follow these arbitrary rules, we can somehow influence the future. But the truth is, we have no idea what's going to happen, no matter how much salt we throw over our shoulders. In fact, I think we should start our own superstitions. Like, maybe if we wear mismatched socks, we'll get a promotion at work. Or if we eat a slice of pizza before going on a first date, we'll meet the love of our life. Hey, it's worth a shot, right? Anyway, that's my take on superstitions. They're odd, they're quirky, and they're completely irrational. But hey, they're also kind of fun. And who knows, maybe they'll bring you some good luck. Or maybe not. But either way, it's worth a laugh. Superstitions, huh? It's funny how we humans can be so rational and logical in some aspects of our lives, and yet completely throw all that out the window when it comes to superstitions. We'll knock on wood, throw salt over our shoulders, and avoid black cats like the plague, all in the name of avoiding bad luck. Personally, I've always found superstitions to be a bit odd. I mean, I get that they're rooted in tradition and cultural beliefs, but when you really think about it, some of them just don't make any sense. For example, why do we believe that breaking a mirror will give us 7 years of bad luck? What, did the mirror god suddenly decide to punish us for our clumsiness? And don't even get me started on the whole step on a crack, break your mother's back thing. As a kid, I used to walk on eggshells, figuratively, of course, trying to avoid any and all cracks in the sidewalk. It was like playing a real-life game of the floor is lava, but instead of hot lava, it was just regular old concrete. But the thing that really gets me about superstitions is how seriously some people take them. I once knew a guy who refused to fly on Friday the 13th because he believed it was bad luck. Like, really? You're gonna let a number and a day of the week dictate your travel plans? Talk about living life on the edge. And let's not forget about the people who go to extreme lengths to avoid jinxing themselves. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones who won't even say the word cancer out loud because they think it'll somehow invite the disease into their lives. I mean, come on. If that were the case, we'd all be in big trouble. I'd be afraid to even say the word traffic out loud, for fear that it would cause a massive pileup on the highway. In conclusion, superstitions may be a fun and harmless way to add a little bit of mystery and intrigue to our lives, but let's not take them too seriously, folks. After all, at the end of the day, luck is just luck. And if you really want to ensure that good things come your way, the best thing you can do is work hard, stay positive, and keep an open mind. That, and maybe carry around a rabbit's foot or two, just in case. So, superstitions, where do I even begin? They're these weird, irrational beliefs that people hold on to, even when there's no logical explanation for them. For example, some people believe that walking under a ladder will bring them bad luck. I mean, really? If that were true, then all construction workers would be walking around with horseshoes and 4-leaf clovers, wouldn't they? And don't even get me started on black cats. Some people believe that if a black cat crosses their path, it's a sign of impending doom. But I love black cats. They're sleek, elegant, and they make great Halloween decorations. Plus, if they bring me bad luck, then I guess I'm just lucky to have a great sense of humor. I've even heard of people who won't open an umbrella indoors because they think it will bring them bad luck. Personally, I think the real danger is poking someone's eye out. And if you're worried about getting wet, just take your umbrella outside. Problem solved. But the superstition that really gets me is the whole knock on wood thing. Apparently, if you say something that you don't want to jinx, you're supposed to knock on wood to prevent it from happening. I mean, how does that even work? If knocking on wood really had that kind of power, wouldn't lumberjacks be the luckiest people on earth? As for my own superstitions, I used to be really superstitious about sports. I would wear the same socks, sit in the same seat, and eat the same pregame meal every time my team played. But you know what? My team still lost more often than they won. So much for the power of superstition. In conclusion, superstitions are just a bunch of silly, irrational beliefs that we hold on to for no good reason. But hey, if it makes you feel better to knock on wood or wear your lucky socks, go for it. Just don't blame me if your team loses.
And that wraps up another laughter-filled episode of Not So Funny A. If you enjoyed the jokes generated by our AI algorithms, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our comedy-loving community.